My trophies. They say that every hunter should keep mementos of their game to satisfy their dark passenger. So why should I be any different? But my dark passenger can only stay satisfied for so long. And eventually, I must hunt new game. In a world of uncertainty, where movie theaters are plagued by remakes and sequels, in a world where big budget movies can still suck, in this world we have the Blockbuster Buster.
Greetings, fanboys and fangirls, I'm Erod and I'm the Blockbuster Buster. Throughout the 60s, Disney delved into the realm of live-action movies, and while a lot of great classic films came out of this era, only one was popular enough to spawn sequels and even a short-lived TV series, and that was the Lovebug. The franchise follows the adventures of Herbie, a 1963 VW bug who's alive, and he's good at racing, and he helps people fall in love. Okay, so it sounds really stupid when you say it aloud, but the reason that Herbie is alive is because of a German scientist called Dr. Gustav Stuntful, who was in the midst of creating a car with artificial intelligence, when suddenly a picture of his beloved late wife fell into the mixture of alloys and— Really? That's the reason Herbie's alive and obsessed with love, because of a picture? Man, all my life I've had a completely different theory on that. I guess this is as good a time as any to premiere a new segment that I like to call Erod's Theories. All my life, I have believed that Herbie is sentient because the powers that be trapped the soul of Adolf Hitler in a VW bug as punishment for his past sins. Now the former Fuhrer must fight for redemption as he must help each of his owners win races and find love, all the while playing second fiddle to the comedic stylings of Buddy Hackett and Don Knotts. And thus, he is trapped in his hilariously adorable metal prison, in hopes that one day, one of his good deeds will be the one to set him free from his humorously ironic servitude. But that's just me. Now, I usually don't review made-for-TV movies, but this time I'm willing to make an exception, because this remake/sequel stars my all-time favorite actor, Bruce Campbell. So grab your boomsticks, primitive screwheads, What? They made another sequel/remake after the Bruce Campbell version? And that one went to theaters? Oh, So our movie begins with a montage of all the old Herbie movies, as well as a few highlights from Herbie's career, from boogieing down at Studio 54, to being featured in an Atari game, to his saucy affair with Kit from Knight Rider. But they're both boy cars. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just that Herbie has been seen going out with girl cars before, like Giselle, and what about his purely sexual relationship with Christine, the killer car? So I guess this means that Herbie is bi. Celebrities. So we cut to a college graduation where we find Michael Keaton. Fuck yeah! He might not be Bruce Campbell, but he's still a pretty good choice for Herbie's primary driver. What? He's not Herbie's driver? Then who?
Stupid girl, stupid girl, stupid girl.
Lohan. Oh my god! So, let me get this straight. Lindsay Lohan is playing the tough, independent, headstrong, and tomboyish Maggie Magpie Payton. Yeah, because those are the attributes that I think about when I think about Lindsay Lohan. Oh my god! So Michael Keaton, who is being reduced here to the boring and stereotypical role of the dad— Seriously, what the fuck? He's Batman! Mike is a former race car driver who now runs his own racing team. Apparently, Maggie's the first member of their family to graduate from college, so to reward her, he's gonna buy her a car at the scrapyard where Herbie just happens to be located.
Yes! It's perfect. Okay, just think, if this horn hadn't gone off, I wouldn't have found this Nissan.
Okay, that was pretty funny. Maggie almost buys the Nissan until Herbie objects with extreme prejudice.
Skadoosh. I'll give you 50 for the bug.
Later, Maggie finds a note in Herbie's glove box.
Please take care of Herbie. Whatever your problem, he'll help you find the answer.
Dear Erod, I only did this movie to pay off my loan shark. Love, Herbie. Huh. All the while taking Herbie for a test drive, Maggie nearly runs over her generic love interest, played by Justin Long. I guess he got tired of being typecasted as a generic computer hacker.
Why'd you bring a cop into my command center?
Command center? It's a basement.
Generic love interest agrees to fix Herbie, but he needs to get some parts at the car show. Maggie is taken there against her will by Herbie, when suddenly... Enter Trip Murphy. He will be our generic black-wearing, mustache-twirling cookie-cutter villain in this picture. After Herbie expresses the same amount of respect that I feel for Lindsay Lohan, she needs to change clothes. Luckily, Herbie reveals that he just happens to have a racing uniform in his trunk that is Maggie's exact size. Convenient!
Oh, whoa. Take it easy, guy. All you gotta do is ask. Yeah, I'd wear a helmet too if my ride looked like that.
Oh, no you didn't. After doing free body work on Trip's car, it becomes evidently clear that it's on like Donkey Kong.
Ray! Ray! Ray!
You gonna take that?
Wow, that was pretty good. I guess this is the moment in the movie where Maggie is prompted by Herbie to get into racing.
Do you think I busted my butt to put you through school just so you could get back behind the wheel of a race car?
Dad, I wasn't even driving.
Who was driving?
It was Kevin's friend, Max.
Unknown to Speed, Racer X is his older brother Rex, who ran away from home years ago.
You look familiar.
Maggie decides to quit racing, but she soon finds out that her dad is so deep in debt that he might have to give up his racing team. If only a cliche would fly by and land on her windshield.
What? Maggie, what happened? You alright?
So apparently, Trip wants a rematch with Max. This is totally different. So Maggie must don her Racer Max disguise and win a series of qualifying races before facing off against Trip. If there was only a way to get through all these races really quickly.
We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage. Show a lot of things happening at once. Remind everyone of what's going on. And with every shot, show a little improvement. To show it all would take too long. That's called a montage. Girl, we want a montage.
That night, Maggie plans to celebrate with generic love interest.
Wow. Maggie, you look...
Exactly the same way she looked in the last scene.
Cause you know just what to say, and you know just what to do, and I want to tell you so much. I love you.
Damn it, Herbie! The ink hasn't even dried on your divorce settlement with Giselle, and you're already barking up another bug's carburetor? Could you at least try to keep it in your trunk? Maggie's all set for a romantic evening with love interest when suddenly...
Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict.
Thanks for the props, but I gotta go.
You want to see how it feels behind the wheel of a real car?
Trip, you diseased maniac. Maggie Magpie Payton would never agree to that. She's a woman of honor and dignity. And I'm just fucking kidding. She totally goes for it. Oh my god!
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, she's a pretty sweet ride.
I've never driven anything like it. I mean, that was the most awesome driving experience of my life.
That was the best ride of your life? Okay, two things. Number one, your dad owns a racing team, so you have more opportunity than anybody to ride in a race car. And two, your car can pop wheelies, drive on rails, and it's fucking alive! Maggie's declaration of Trip's car being the best ride ever hurts Herbie's feelings, and he causes her to lose the race against Trip. Unfortunately, the freckled ditz agrees to race for pink slips, which means that the winner of the race gets the loser's car.
It's a chick!
I still can't believe you were pulling a Racer X on everybody.
Oh, no, you didn't. I already told that joke.
I've been over every inch of this model 10 times. I've run all the tests. There's no way an ordinary VW engine like this could have smoked yours.
Well, there's nothing ordinary about this bug. I don't know what it's got under its hood, but I intend to find out.
Oh my god, they're going to strip Herbie and find out all the scientific secrets of Dr. Gustav Stompfel. Nope, they just sell Herbie to a demolition derby. Which makes that last scene fucking pointless! After crashing the family race car and losing their chance to compete in the next race, Maggie's dad finally confronts her about her masquerade as Racer X.
You're not getting behind the wheel of that car.
Why? Because I'm a girl?
Actually, that's a really good question.
Because you're the spitting image of your mom. And I can't lose her twice.
Wow, I would probably be very emotionally invested in this if the mom had died while driving a race car. Or if the current driver of the race car wasn't your own son. Talk about playing favorites. Your daughter, you protect. Your son, fuck 'em. So the red-headed dipstick decides to get Herbie back.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Driver's only.
Alright, I guess now she's going to employ some of that girl power that was mentioned in all the promos for this movie. Nope, her friend just seduces the security guard and Maggie slips by. Girl power?
To recap those revisions. Women are still worth 10 points more than men in all age brackets, but teenagers now rack up 40 points, and toddlers under 12 now rate a big 70 points. The big score, anyone, any sex, over 75 years old, has been upped to 100 points.
Let me guess, she's going to get away in a silly and whimsical way. So now that Maggie has Herbie back, she must patch him up in one night, so he can be ready for the big race. If there was only a way to get all that work done faster.
Every shot show a little improvement. To show it all would take too long. That's called a montage. Girl, we want a montage. And anything if you want to go from just a beginner to a pro. You need a montage. Even Rocky had a montage. Always paid out in a montage.
So the stage is set for the final race, but first Maggie needs a private moment with Herbie.
You nervous? It's good to be nervous. Keeps you alert. I just want to say, in the spirit of honesty, I did total a car once when I was racing. That was a long time ago. Hey, thanks for not giving up on me.
Man, your acting coach wasted a lot of years on you. The race is on and Herbie's off to a good start, but his oil system becomes damaged. Man, they're gonna have to come up with something really clever and fast to solve this problem. Actually, they just steal a part from another car and duct tape it to Herbie. Huh, I imagine auto repair being more complicated than that. Soon, Maggie finds herself in a tight spot. If only the right thing would come along to motivate her.
I'm getting killed out here. I can't shake them.
Yes, you can. You can do this thing, spark plug.
Dad?
Very impressive if it would have been a practical effect. I would just kiss the generic love interest already so we can end this thing. Pfft, Herbie had to nudge you forward for you to kiss the girl? Weak. This is how a real man kisses a woman.
Give me some sugar, baby.
This movie's a decayed drive-in of deprived douchebaggery. Now, I will admit that if you're a huge Herbie fan, you might just enjoy it. And that unlike other kids' films that I've reviewed, this one is pretty harmless and perfectly suitable for children, and the demolition derby scene is pretty kick-ass. But the racing scenes are pretty generic and stuck full of crappy CG. What was truly impressive and fun about the original films was all the amazing practical effects that would go into Herbie's stunts. The human characters suck. Gone is the charm of Dean Jones and Bruce Campbell, or the hilarious antics of Buddy Hackett and Don Knotts. Instead, we get boring-ass stock characters that could be played by anyone, which is really sad because they got a really great supporting cast to play these characters, but they just didn't use them to their full potential. The worst, though, is the villain, who's just not threatening at all, and you never doubt that he's going to lose. In the last movie, the villain was Horace, Herbie's evil duplicate, who has a spring-loaded drill, grenades, and a laser. Here we have a pampered douchebag who is just begging to be humiliated. There are a few neat cameos here and there, but I still feel that the cameo in the last movie is far superior, as they actually got Herbie's original driver, Jim Douglas, played by Dean Jones, to do a cameo. This, of course, is far more meaningful and appropriate, since Jones has sat behind the wheel of Herbie more times than any actor alive. And lastly, this movie was pushed as a vehicle to promote girl power. But as far as I'm concerned, there is no girl power here. I mean, Lindsay Lohan? Really? She's not really the poster child for the tough, independent modern woman. And she's definitely not worthy of being the first woman to be Herbie's primary driver. And there is nothing tough or independent about her character Maggie. Every opportunity she gets, she receives from someone else. She doesn't really do anything on her own. Is she a good driver? I have no idea. Technically, Herbie drives himself. So once again, if you Herbie fans dig it, all the power to you. I still feel it's a poor installment to the series, and I am not surprised that it didn't reboot the franchise. And when all else fails, screw it. Alright, let's see how you like some amplified sonic waves right up your ass. So that was one busted, thousands more to go. I'm E-Rod, and I'm the Blockbuster Buster.
Who is the one with the sing?
and his chassis. Not very sleek, but he's bright and he's sassy. When you're with him, you better leave your cares behind. It's Herbie. He makes you feel that there's a rainbow waiting just around the bend. And if the chips are down, you know he'll help you to the end. And Herbie's my best friend. My best friend. My best friend.
Check out my website, suckers!